we've talked a number of times about guys that would need to step up in this game, that would need to play significant minutes, that weren't necessarily name players last season for Miami. Are there any guys that come to mind, whether poor performance or surprisingly good performance, guys that you didn't know a whole lot about? Of course, you know about everybody on the roster, but in regards to us knowing their potential on the field, guys that got a look that you have a take on now, having seen them against a good football team?
I mean, Amari Carter and Gervin Hall at safety have to lead the list. They were the leading tacklers in the game. Gervin Hall had eight tackles and a PBU. Amari Carter had 7 tackles and a sack. Obviously, I just spoke about Amari Carter blowing a coverage, but yeah, I mean, it's encouraging to see those two guys in the secondary replacing Jaquan Johnson and Sheldrick Redwine because, those dudes started as safety for a while. So replacing them with the next level or the next group there, I think that was really good. Al Blaze Jr. just stepping up into a bigger role at cornerback. I think that was really great to see. Everybody on offense. I liked what I saw from Cam Harris. I hate the fact that, that big run had to come back because of a holding penalty. But I think that he's definitely going to be a guy who flashes. KJ Osborne, it was his first time playing in a Miami uniform coming over from Buffalo. We threw the ball to him 4 times. He caught the ball 4 times. And I think that he was open on a couple of those other plays that were sacks. And Jaron Williams even talked about it. There was one in particular where if he would have just dumped the ball off to a short, shallow crosser, which was Osborne, who was wide open underneath, he could have probably run for a first down out of bounds late in the game. So, he came in strong early, played really well. Will Mallory dropped a couple balls. I wasn't excited to or expecting to see that from him. So I definitely think he needs to take a step forward. Brevin Jordan continues to write his legacy as the best tight end in America. And again, if you're listening to this or watching this and you say he's not the best tight end in America, then I openly defy you to tell me somebody who's better than him right now. Like, that's just the point of fact. On top of that, Jaron Williams we already spoke about. And the last thing that we're going to have to speak about moving forward also are the offensive tackles and the offensive line. It just wasn't good enough. John Campbell had like 3 penalties and a few sacks allowed. Zion Nelson he was out of his depth trying to block Jabari Zuniga. That was not. They left him one-on-one so much with Zuniga. I was just like, that's not smart. Put a running back over there, put an inline tight end, have him chip block, or do something. Double team, but don't lead a man as a true freshman just over there one-on-one with a guy who could be a first-round draft pick. That's a big ask for him right now. Campbell and Nelson, they do need to step it up. What do I think about Scott Patchan? In all capital letters. I think Scott Patchan played well. He's a big body defensive end, number 71 now. So he changed his number from 19 to 71, which is what his father wore at Miami when he was a national championship offensive lineman for the U and everything. So coming into his redshirt junior year, he's battled injuries for a long time and things like that. And he's working hard to be on the field. And he's starting right now. And he held the point of attack on, left defensive end going up against the right end or right tackle for Florida's offense. And that was so key, again, because the whole game plan for Felipe Franks was to make him run to his left. So you have to anchor somebody over there to make that happen. You had to set that edge strong. And Scott Patchan did a damn good job of that. He graded out very highly on Pro Football Focus. He got praise from the coaches and players and things like that. I would like to see, when the rotation expands a little bit and things like that, and we're trying to get up the field more, I definitely do need to see Gregory Rousseau and Trayvon Hill a little bit more than they played against Florida. I'm not going to say even more than Scott Patchan in general, but I do need to see those guys integrated more into the rotation and defensive end. But yeah, Scott Patchan played a hell of a game, honestly. And if you can't see that, then I would say, look, go on your DVR, go back and rewatch that game because that dude played really well.